The man who owned it. How did he turn him into a racist dog?
It's simple. Find a black wino who desperately needs a drink, or a black junkie who'll do anything for a fix. And then pay them to beat that dog of yours when he was a puppy.
You got yourself an attack dog.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, Julie. A dog trained by professionals to attack people. Now that dog has got to be stopped before he kills somebody. That dog is sick.
Then he should be cured.
Darling, the people that made him sick made him permanently sick.
Then they should be put to sleep, not the dog.
Come on, Julie, you got a four-legged time bomb.
You're my last resort. And if you don't help him, they're gonna kill him.
They should. They should, miss.
And as the dog grew up, those methodical beatings by blacks planted that seed of fear in him. And that fear became hate, and that hate conditioned him to attack the color black.
That's a white dog!
Of course he's a white dog.
I don't mean his color. He's going to attack and kill black people!
Get him! Get him! Shit, man, run!
How I wanted to put a bullet in that son of a bitch!
Then why the hell didn't you?
Oh,
because there's still a chance
nigger
to
wanted to kill a dog. Imagine
Cure
that.
him? He just killed a man. There is no way you can cure that dog. I want you to shoot him now before he kills more blacks.
So you finally joined the club. A club of horrified people who raise holy hell about that disease, that racist hate, but do absolutely nothing to stamp it out. That dog is the only weapon we have, at least to remove a part of it.
Please. There's gotta be somebody who can help him.
I can't guarantee the result, but if I fail, I'll get another one. Or another, and another, and keep on working till I lick it. With that dog out of circulation, there'll be a lot of people sleep better tonight.
You have just tuned in to Cut the Blue Wire Radio. These are your hosts, Locke and Bard.
You know, I've never wanted to watch a superhero dog movie so much.
Yeah, you told me it's real, right? I didn't know it was actually a real movie. I thought it was just
Yes,
fun.
it is a real movie. Let me read the description. Let me get it up again.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, 1982.
Yeah.
Deprogramming a dog who kills blacks is the ultimate challenge for an unorthodox African-American trainer. When a young Hollywood actress finds the injured stray, she nurses it back to health, not knowing it's a white dog, trained by a racist to attack only blacks. Julie's appalled when the otherwise gentle white German Shepherd breaks out, then returns from his nighttime foray, dotted with human blood. Oh, they didn't put human blood in quotations. I would have.
Are they saying he's a gentle giant?
Wait, I'll say. Julie just desperately racist from trainer to trainer, advised to kill her pet until the top Hollywood canine expert refers her to his former keys. All right, yeah. So that I actually want to watch this, to be honest.
We're gonna have movie streams. Oh god, yeah. I'm gonna watch it now. I'm serious. This is hilarious. I really thought it was fake.
Alrighty. So
Yeah.
I've been like a little more connected to dogs lately. I don't know what it is. I've grown up against dogs.
The dog whisperer.
You know, like I've been raised with a cat-loving family. I think you can get the idea of what I mean by that.
Yeah, no, I was raised, I guess, the same in a lot of ways.
In this movie, supposedly the dog is trained to be against blacks, but I've seen firsthand that blacks treat dogs in such a way that it doesn't require training.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole pit bull thing, isn't it?
Yes, yes, and that is got a little
A
Bard
little
story time about pit bulls.
dark story time. Yeah, I bet there's a
Bard
lot where
story
you
time.
live.
I was out waiting for my bus,
Right.
and the little backstory to this is that there was a blood in the crypt that crossed paths right in front of me. I was just sitting there on my bike, which I no longer had. They were probably one of the people that stole it. That's for a different time. But I'm sitting
Yeah.
on my bike and I'm watching these two people communicate. One had the little blood bandana sticking out his pocket. The other one had the crypt bandana sticking out his pocket. And one had a pit bull.
Yeah.
And when they cross by, they seem like they're speaking their own language. It made no goddamn sense, you know. They come up and they're like, "Hey man, what you doing here?" "Nothing, killer. I'm just fucking around, killer. Just doing my thing. What you doing over here?" Like it sounded like they weren't like
They actually
being too
said
aggressive
killer.
with each. Wait, what was that?
They said killer.
Yeah, they
Like,
said killer. I'm not making
oh
that
my
up.
god.
And it didn't sound too vicious, but I think I just don't understand their lingo and their body language because they're not me or anything like me.
Well, I would hope
But
so.
yeah, but this is where the dog thing comes in. So one of the guys walks away, and the one with the pit bull has a 40 in his hand, and
That
he
drink,
starts
right?
pouring the 40 all over the dog,
What?
the pit bull, to get the pit bull like riled up. And like the pit bull's getting riled up because he's getting alcohol poured all over him, and the dog's like ruh, 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 ruh. And the gangster with it was like, "Come on, bro, you gonna get him? You gonna get him, bro? You gonna get him?" He keeps like putting the alcohol all over the dog. The dog's getting all riled up.
What the hell?
I'm so fucking desensitized to this, so I'm just sitting there and watching.
But what did the dog do then? Did it just
It was on a leash, so it didn't actually go. It was just an intimidation thing.
who the fuck intimidates with a dog?
Yeah, I don't know. Um, Another pit bull story though. This one not so bad. It doesn't have to do with niggers, but geishas.
Geisha. What's a geisha? I've heard that, but I keep forgetting.
Isn't it like it's an Asian prostitute, isn't it? Like an
I'm not
Asian
sure.
Asian prostitute.
Yeah, could be, could be.
I don't know. I don't know too much of that history. Anyway, one of my very first jobs was a paperboy.
Yeah, I remember that. You told me.
Yes, working from a young age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was doing my runs to uh had
Wait,
a
you were
family.
cutting out a bit. What did you say?
What was that?
Oh, don't tell me we have technical problems already.
With my echo.
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on. Um, are you? So
I've
yeah, Bard is hearing an echo right now. Apparently, is anyone in the stream? Can you say something in the chat if the sound is all right? Don't be shy. So you're hearing yourself right now, correct?
yes, I am.
Okay, hold on. I guess we can quickly just fix that. Um, okay, do you still hear yourself?
Let me. Yes, I am.
Okay, I think the sound should be back on the stream. Are you can you talk?
Let me. Yeah, I can hear myself still.
Okay, let's go for a hard fix here. Sorry, guys. Uh,
Huh.
okay, stream back. Not racist. No, definitely not. Yeah, continue.
And this lady, this wonderful Asian lady who would always show up in a silk robe every time I take the paycheck. Uh oh.
Right.
Says I can't be heard.
Oh,
Oh, he said okay, good. Okay, never mind. Cool. All
yeah.
right.
Sorry.
So as I was picking up the paycheck, her husband was out for work for a few months, and every time I pick it up, her pit bull would be going crazy the second I was at the door. Like before I even rang the doorbell, this pit bull would be fucking barking its head off in the background.
I know that.
And one day, and a lot of the time, actually, she would like slip out the door, close the door, and give me the money. But this one time, she opens up the door to give me it, like she like felt safe doing this for whatever reason. But you know, went around what could you say? Went around pit bulls. Uh, I don't know. It's never dull. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, she leaves the door open and she's like, "Oh shit, he's coming out." And the pit bull jumps out the door. And the first thing it does is it bites straight through my hand.
What the hell?
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
really young. I was like a teenager, so I've got blood all over my paperboy bag. And she's like, honey, come in, let me wash it off." I'm like, "Bitch, I'm gonna say that."
Yeah.
But just like, give me the money and let me just leave. And she gave me the money, and the wonderful ending to the story is about a week later, that dog was taken away by animal services.
Not because of you though. They didn't mind that.
No, I didn't fucking snitch on them. I didn't give a shit. I mean, I thought I was an edgy teenager, so I thought it was cool. My paperboy bag not had blood all over it.
I mean, let's be
But
honest though. You were a child close to a pit bull. It's sort of your fault. You should know
yeah, I
better.
know. Fuck.
Feed me children.
I should have sent my parent over to that house, but
Uh,
whatever.
I don't get it how if you know that your dog is that fucking dangerous, why the hell would you just like let it loose like that, you know?
Well, because look at its face. It's so lovable and cute, and you know.
Pit bulls look
Yeah.
like someone hit them with a hammer. I don't get why you would ever
No,
do this.
they're disgusting, and I don't know. It seems like all dogs that are really ugly get like a fan base just because they're so ugly. It's adorable, like pugs. You know, pugs are disgusting looking,
They
but
are.
bitches love
Yeah.
pugs.
Bitches love them pugs, man.
Yeah, I hate any small dog. All toy dogs, I punt kick them all. Annoying personalities. They can't guard you. They're not really gonna be your best friend.
Yeah, well, they're
But
literally even dumber than. I mean, regular dogs can be pretty smart, but those small ones are retarded.
oh, hell yeah. Uh, we're strictly a white German Shepherd stream now. So
Yeah. Uh, what dog was that? Was that a husky? I don't know. I'm not that good with
oh, in
dogs.
the movie,
Or was
in
it
the movie,
like a shepherd? One of
it
those.
said a white German Shepherd on the description.
I
I've
guess
never
so.
seen a German Shepherd like that, but now I know what to look for.
If you want that killer dog, maybe it can rival
Yeah.
the pit bull kills.
So before we move away from the movie, I found it interesting that the girl is so nurturing to this white dog that just wants to kill blacks.
This is the original, I guess, fascist love story.
Hell yeah! I mean, it's still kind of creepy. I mean, women should be kept away from dogs, especially that in that intimate of a setting. But
Honestly, I mean, it's not different than with the whole quote unquote refugee thing now. Here it's the bad boy is the good white dog.
yeah,
It's the
I
same
guess so.
shit.
All right,
Okay, yeah.
shall we move on to the real big dog?
The real big dog. Our
The real
dog,
big dog, Alex
Alex
Jones,
Jones. Okay.
the most censored man in
The most censored publication since what is his nickname again? Andrew Wanglin. Uh, okay. Maybe we should show that video first of
Oh yes. Okay, so real quick, so since we're gonna talk about the censorship of Alex Jones, it seemed like the very beginning of it all was YouTube censored like a series of his videos. We're gonna show one of them now. So the first one is called "How to Prevent Liberalism," which is the one we're gonna show you. Then there is two, one about the French president not connecting crime rates and migrants. One was how Islam has already conquered Europe, and then the last one, which is like the one that I can't fucking stand. It was about a cartoon for
oh,
kids that's about drag, like drag queens and shit like that. And that's like the only thing that can get me worked up so quickly. Like I can laugh about a lot of things, but when it comes to like
yeah, I know.
brainwashing children and shit like that, gets me worked up.
The tranny in the schools. I hate it. Okay, let's
Yeah.
watch
All right.
this video.
Play that video.
Let me just-
Dude, this guy blocks like an MMA star, dude.
Isn't this the crying?
I know, dude, that's
Prevent
a pretty sweet
liberalism
takedown. And my
and
favorite part is
use
none of the adults like go
condoms.
back
Help
to him. Like the
save
kids just fucking
America.
staying on the
This has
ground
been
and
a
they walk
public
away.
service announcement from Infowars.com.
Infowars.com. What did you say?
So I said that the background story to this video, I guess, was this kid was keying cars. So if you have a soft spot for the kid who's on the ground crying like an autist,
Yeah.
it's just because he's keying cars and there's no sympathy for that shit.
Yeah, maybe we should have said that. I mean, first you're keying cars and then you're like just hitting a random guy who tells you to stop. You
Yeah.
deserve to get like. I mean, you saw how he went to the ground. That didn't hurt. Come on.
No,
Let's be
yeah, he
honest
probably like
now.
kids do a thing where like if you kind of like push them around, they'll throw themselves to the ground, you know?
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean. I used to abduct
Uh,
a lot of small children.
Smooth says, "Can't believe they banned this video. This is child abuse, dude."
Yeah, no.
And like, nobody would ever abuse children, especially the communist Chinese.
Yeah.
They would never abuse children.
No, but I mean, come on. It's retarded. I mean, I guess it's technically against their code of conduct because you're hurting a child. But I mean, it's obviously not a
How?
real reason.
No,
It's just
yeah,
it's if you want to actually ban a YouTube channel, you do exactly this. You find like a few videos that you could technically strike, and then you do them all at once, so the bot automatically bans you. And you can appeal that, but I'm guessing it's not gonna work for Alex Jones since he got banned from everything.
yeah, indeed.
Uh,
All right, where are we
yeah,
gonna start in this Alex
maybe
Jones conversation?
maybe let's we should frame this more in the larger story, because I mean Alex Jones wasn't the first one. The first one is arguably I would say Daily Stormer, because
For
Daily
sure.
Stormer had the exact same thing. They actually started with kicking him from all his web hostings.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Once that
Um,
once that worked, they well didn't work. They actually kicked him from Cloudflare, I think, his DDoS protection, so they could constantly DDoS him. And when that didn't work, they started just banning him from the domain registers. And I mean, at that point, you can't really do anything anymore, you know? There's no competition for domain registers. You can't go to an alternative. The only thing that they did was go to other countries to get other domains, but I mean, they have the name now, and apparently it's stable. I don't know how that's stable.
yeah,
Like, from where
this
is
has been
that?
the longest he's been on since I've frequented that website. So,
I mean, it's Weave, so you have no idea what the fuck he's doing. He's really good at this shit, but
oh yeah, for sure.
yeah, no, I don't, I don't think any other site would have stayed up. To be honest, I think Daily Stormer was very lucky with Weave there, and they seem to
And then
have moved on.
after Daily Stormer was Tommy Robinson,
Yeah,
right?
Tommy fucking Robinson. And
Who you said is a little more extreme than Alex Jones, at least in Europe. I don't know too much about.
I think it's mainly like in Europe. Alex Jones, he's basically known as a random meme, you know. He's not
Right,
really
right.
he's definitely not known as an extreme right guy. I guess the gay frogs is known everywhere, but Tommy Robinson is like he's a symbol, I guess, of Nazis, even though he's like some alt-right cuck, you could say, objectively. He's
Okay.
just like
Well,
I don't
he's
like
speaking out
Islam,
though.
but what?
He's speaking out though, and that's the issue.
Well, I
It
mean, yeah,
seems.
I'm not gonna attack him, except I guess call him a cuck, which he is. Yeah, like they're saying in chat, he's really pro-Zionism and shit. He's your
Oh,
average.
is he? Gross.
No, yeah, but no, the main thing about Tommy Robinson is basically the president that it's setting. You know, he's somewhat right guy. We're gonna ban
Hmm.
him, and I think they thought that they would just get away with it. You know, they should have
Yeah.
learned after what was it? That other degenerate, Count Dankula.
Oh, the pug guy. Was that the
Yeah,
dude who had this pug?
yeah, the Nazi
Do friendly
salute,
waving. No, friendly waving. I don't want to get banned.
friendly waving. Yeah, showing his support.
Right.
Yeah, I mean but they weren't even able to like bring any real charges to him, so that sort of faded away. But with Tommy Robinson, they had legitimate charges, I guess, and they were actually able to put them in there. I don't know if you know
Okay.
this, but he was like in some, I think it was even like minimum security prison, but they moved him to somewhere with as many Muslims as possible.
No way.
No, they did. So they had like a reason to put him in solitary confinement, because that's basically torture, solitary confinement, you know. If you have to
Hmm.
be like 23 hours a day in some small room, which he had to do, that's basically
Yeah, that drive
torture.
you fucking insane.
Yeah, he was talking about how like the Muslims were threatening that they were gonna poison his food when he was in the yard, because they make the food there. So I guess they
Okay.
could
God
technically do
damn.
that.
That's rough.
Yeah, I mean, did you see him when he came out? He looked like 20 pounds lighter,
Let me
completely
see.
destroyed.
We got a picture of that.
Um, Let me quickly have a look. Tommy
Yeah.
Robinson.
Although when when I look up Tommy Robinson on images, this is the first thing that comes up. Let me send this to you. It's really fucking bad.
Okay, I'll send it to me. I'll show the stream.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna send it right now. There you go.
I'm quickly looking if I can find like a before and after. Yeah, I got it before and after.
Cool.
That's the weirdest fucking look here. Okay, let me put that up on stream.
Ew. Is it? He went on Tucker and said he couldn't even open his window because they threw feces on it and spat on it every day.
Yeah.
What is up
Yeah.
with them and throwing shit? Like I was.
Right,
Oh,
any lefty does that.
I know.
I mean, he actually looks bad in the before as well here, to be honest. But you can see in his face that he lost a lot
I
of
think
weight.
yeah, it might have actually done him good being in there. If he goes and gets his gains, he could be a force to be reckoned with.
It could be a new alt-right workout. Go to prison
Hell
with the
yeah.
Muslims if you survive.
Right.
Um. Okay. Let me just put this back. So anyway,
Mm.
with Tommy Robertson, I think it already backfired quite a lot for them. Because I mean, look at it. They had so many protests, and they actually had to let him out. I don't know what their exact legal reasons were.
Of letting him out.
Yeah, sorry, I was just reading the chat. Yeah, I don't know what the exact reason was that they let him out, but I think it had a lot to do with the protest, because the media was actually forbidden to even speak about him. They gave him a total blackout.
Mm.
But yeah, that already backfired, and then they went after fucking Alex Jones.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're thinking going after him. I mean, Alex Jones is how many millions of people does he have?
It's crazy because Alex Jones is a name that I could bring up at work, and there's people that are like, "Oh yeah, I'll watch Infowars." I have had a friend who started out as a gay liberal, and then they turned to Infowars, and now they're dating somebody of the opposite gender,
A Jew?
and stop, and are a little more red pilled. At least they don't mind that I vote for Trump now. So thank you,
Yeah.
Infowars.
No, he red pilled a lot. Like they're saying in chat, he gained 6 million subs. I'm not sure on what then, because isn't his YouTube
No,
banned? But
Sick-
I guess on
it
his
was.
website, because his website's still up. Yeah, but I can see
He's
it
got like
happening.
he still has an app that's up where he can do his podcasts, and I think that's getting like a lot of downloads.
Yeah. Well, to give some backstory, I think Apple was the first people who actually started banning him, and then everybody followed
Yes,
after that. It looks
yes,
totally legit, by the way. No conspiracy there. Just
yeah. I know.
randomly.
There's a perfectly good reason for this.
Yeah.
I can assure you.
I'd have a drop ready, but I don't. Um, but I mean, the
Oh, he's
whole
still on Twitter.
is
He
he?
hasn't been dropped off Twitter
Okay,
yet.
yeah.
Yeah, unless that happened recently, because I remember.
Yeah, I mean, there's this theory that Jack, so the admin of Twitter, wasn't
Mhm.
invited to the circle jerk about Alex Jones in Silicon Valley, and he's simply pissed off that they didn't invite him for his conspiracy, and now they're letting him on there.
Good.
I'm not sure if that's true, but I would believe it because Jack is a total fucking pussy.
Well, man, he's got a soy beard
Yeah.
and a soy face. That he's pretty soy.
Maybe he's also watching his back a little because they're they're starting to threaten him with lawsuits over trying to get Trump off the platform and shit. So maybe he's just covering his back.
Mm.
So anyway, about Alex Jones, I think, I mean, the leftists are obviously cheering about it. The leftist viewpoint is basically, yeah, fuck you, we did want him banned. There's not really a lot
Yeah,
you can say about it.
I've watched a lot of videos of him and like his team on the streets, and that's usually like the most they say is like, "Oh, how are the frogs? Fuck you, you Nazi," shit like that. They don't really. That's why I'm kind of surprised that he got shut down, is because the general view of him from the left is just like, this is some meme guy who talks about frogs being
Yeah.
gay and shit like that. The worst that they ever say is that he calls the Sandy Hook a hoax. So that's actually like
Yeah,
the only
no.
big thing they ever say.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess there's also people who talk about how he simply calls random people pedophiles and shit, which is probably true, by the way. I think I believe
Yeah,
him
no,
on that.
100%.
But I mean, if you're a normie, that's obviously gonna look very fucking weird. It's actually I listened to some bugmen give their reasons why they think it's a good thing he got banned, and they,
Okay.
they say shit like that because he was making all these extreme claims, and it's sort of like bad for YouTube's image. They're saying
Oh
shit
yeah,
like, well, he technically broke the
it's
terms of service. You don't mind that
it's
they ban
bad.
porn, so why couldn't they ban him?
It's bad for YouTube's image. Meanwhile, YouTube has direct uploads from webcams of children in their underwear.
Yeah, that that basically ruins your argument, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
he's too extreme, but all these lefties sharing pedo stuff, nah, just go ahead, guys. It's fine. We have to go after the real bad people. Hold on. I forgot to share the best graphic ever.
Oh, let's see it. Oh yes, yes, put it up.
Our poor water filter salesman. Gotta feel sorry. No,
Uh,
no,
I
that's the
love that
best
all you
shit
had to do
ever.
is look it up. Like, you didn't even know that was a thing yet, did you?
No, I was just like, yeah, someone's gonna have made a punish meme of him. Punish Jones. Got it right away. I've also heard a lot of libertarians talk about this, by the way. The
In what
libertarian
way?
view is the most retarded one ever. Well, it's the same thing that they always say. Private companies can do what they want. If you don't like it, just make your own YouTube or your own whatever he's on. It's like,
Right.
no, it doesn't work that way. The whole libertarian thing's so retarded because they don't know what a monopoly means. You can't make a new YouTube. It's fucking retarded. Once like
It's been
what
tried. It's been tried many times,
it
and
has, yeah. But it's logical that it wouldn't work. Something like YouTube is at its best when it has its most users, because everybody has an advantage. So naturally, one platform is going to start amassing all the people, and it will become a
right.
monopoly. That's what happens. So you can't just go and compete with that. That
Yeah.
doesn't work like that.
Our PewTube is not gonna get us anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think YouTube's ever gonna. Well, I'm actually hoping that Alex Jones might try a media platform. I don't think it's gonna beat YouTube anytime soon, but it would be nice to have
All
like
right. So
something to fall
when you
back
say
to,
media platform, you mean actual like video hosting
or streaming
site?
service. I don't know, or podcast, something like that.
That would be a smart move for sure. I mean, he's got the following for it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's because I mean it costs a lot.
Hmm.
YouTube doesn't make a profit. I'm pretty sure. The hosting cost must be insane.
Yeah, no doubt. But it's a great tool for them.
Them.
And the
No,
communist Chinese.
the communist Chinese. No, no, I don't think he's gonna make his own platform. It's more like a pipe dream, I guess.
For sure.
Uh, do you think that they're overreaching with him now? That like really overreaching? Do you think that there's gonna be a big backlash?
I mean, he's got like as many fucking followers as he had. And I know, oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I mean, he's dropping, or he gave out PDFs of flyers to be posting around cities. Do you have that? Do you have that image I sent you? It was a while
Send it
ago.
again on
So,
Discord if you
yeah, I'll
have
find it.
Yeah.
But it's a black and white flyer that has Alex Jones' face on it. It says censored over his mouth, and underneath it, it says "Infowars is forbidden information."
Oh yeah, I
It just
remember that.
kind of corny, but I mean, if people are actually be posting that, and as big as Infowars is, I wonder if there will be like get-togethers. I don't know about like I don't know how they protest it. You know,
Infowar clubs. No,
is
I
that a
don't.
thing? I wonder.
Well, you have the Proud Boys from who is it, Gavin? I
Yeah,
could actually see something like that happening. Just like a group of 5 guys getting together, selling some water filters. Pumped up on male vitality. Do you have the flyer so I can show
I'm
it?
looking for it. Yeah, I'm looking for it now in a second. There we go. Yeah, I found it.
All right. Let's have a look at this brilliant propaganda. Wait.
Alright. Alright, I sent it for you. It's on Discord this time.
Just gonna copy it right on. Oh, it's a little big. There we go. I mean, it's not that bad, I guess.
It's very Infowars. I mean,
It is very Infowars, you're right.
look at that like facial expression Alex Jones is making is just him summed up. I don't know.
He should be like
But
looking to the side, make it a little more Nazi themed. Maybe wear a
yeah.
helmet.
Nah. Infowars is for Americans. Like just
It
run,
is.
like it's the red pill normies, and that's like as much as I'm gonna give it. I don't really watch Infowars. I do watch the compilations of like Owen going on the street and making fun of people at protests. That's entertaining every now and then if I need to kill some time. But
Isn't
that's about as much.
Joseph
Go ahead.
Watson? Isn't that he's from
Yeah.
Infowars, right?
I don't watch that fag, dude.
Oh man.
That's not entertaining to me.
Well, I do know why Alex did it. I mean,
Imagine my shock.
oh god. Yeah, apparently he's gone all wild about this as well. I
Has he?
think
I haven't.
he's probably afraid of his own channel. It's weird that they didn't ban him. Isn't he like part of it, you know?
Yeah, but I don't know if he's as like extreme though. I don't know. I haven't watched him. The last video I watched from him was all the way back when NFL started doing the kneeling shit. That was the last time I watched anything from him. That was quite a bit back.
I think I watched him like twice and I'm like, yeah, this guy's probably gay, and turns out he probably is gay.
Yes.
I'm reading chat here. Maybe we should play Alexa Jones, because that shit it is very, very fucking funny.
Alexa Jones.
You've seen that, right?
I don't think I have.
You're in for a treat. Let me just quickly change this here, and I'm gonna put it up. No,
Okay.
it's fucking hilarious. Alexa Jones.
Let's see it.
Alexa Jones. I'm just gonna check if it's the right one.
About the sexual pleasure of eating.
Okay. Let's not spoil it too much. How the fuck did you change the video here? Oh wait, there we go.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, let's let's watch this.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen this, but I already know where this is going.
Introducing Amazon Echo. With your new personal assistant, Alexa Jones. Whatever you need, all you have to do is ask Alexa Jones.
Well, what does it do?
Alexa, what do you do?
Teach people about the sexual pleasure of eating turds.
Awesome. Alexa, play rock music.
Alexa, stop.
Excuse me.
Wait, I want to try. Alexa, what time is it?
Time to die.
Alexa, how tall is Mount Everest?
Look it up for yourself. I mean, this is what do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby.
Alexa, add wrapping paper to the shopping list.
Those are fucking fighting words, excuse me.
Alexa, how many teaspoons are in a tablespoon?
Listen, fuckhead, you have fucking crossed the line. Get that through your goddamn fucking head.
Alexa, set a timer for 8 minutes.
You piece of shit. You fucking goddamn fucker.
Dad's not a morning person, but Echo definitely helps him wake up.
You better wake up, get your butts in gear, because you are being attacked.
Alexa, alarm off.
I need this in my life.
Flash news briefing.
They're growing humanoids up inside cows and inside pigs. Almost every guinea pig is horribly deformed with their testicles on top of their heads.
Why would you say
What
that?
does the dog say after a long day of work?
What?
Today was rough. You get it? Get it?
Yeah, I get
it. Oh, man.
Alexa, tell me another joke.
What is that joke? What is that? What is that?
Dad, how do you spell cantaloupe?
Cantaloupe. C-A-N-T... Alexa, how do you spell cantaloupe?
Listen, you son of a bitch. What the fuck's your problem? Excuse me. I think my testosterone's going up. This happens every time I start working out a lot again. Swam 2 miles this morning pretty hard. Ate a big fat steak last night. So I'm going a little bit wild today. Excuse me.
With everything Echo can do, it's really become part of the family.
What is Hitler? What is Stalin? What is Mao? What is all this stuff?
Alexa fucking Jones.
Well,
no, it's
those
fucking
quotes, I can understand why people think he's a whack job, but it's kind of it's lovable.
Yeah, I mean it's the
very
whole
lovable.
point, you know? I mean, he even
Yeah.
says it himself that he's like, he wants people to make these memes of him. I think he understands memes even though he's a boomer, which is very
Right.
hard and very impressive.
Now,
Grandpa
has
memeing.
his son spoken out about this yet?
Wait, oh yeah, he has chill. I don't know. I actually forgot he had a son.
Yeah, here, let me look this up real quick before we move on to the next subject. But let's see, Alex Jones' son.
Oh, he's half Jewish, so he's gonna be conflicted here.
Oh, is it with his old wife?
Well, I mean, I was assuming.
Yeah, he actually kind of looks like it too. I'm not gonna. Yeah, nothing pops up, but we got Kelly Jones. Alex Jones brainwashed my son. I remember all that.
Alex Jones brainwashed my son. Holy fucking shit. I think he brainwashed a lot of people's sons.
Yeah.
Or I
for
guess
real.
made
In that
him
sense,
better again.
yes.
Got the gay frog out of him. Hold on, let me have a look here. I think we should move on to the next topic, unless
Yes,
there's
let's do
anything
that.
else.
Let us do it.
It actually, I mean, it sorta goes well with this one. I'd say the cuckness of the European, but more like of the Western person. I guess for me, I
Yes,
can
'cause
focus more on the European part, but
America definitely has its fair
America
share.
has its fair share for sure. Like, I don't know if you have this a lot in America, but over here, like, in general public discourse, anything racist, almost anything sexist, isn't really said, like, at all. Nobody talks about this stuff. Everybody says the politically correct stuff. However, if you go into private with most of these people, start making a few jokes, they'll immediately start warming up, start
Yeah.
either just listening, being interested, cracking some jokes as well. It's very obvious that they just don't feel safe, but I mean they think more right than would appear.
It's like that here. I don't know if it's just because of the aura I give off, but I've
aura?
noticed. Yeah, the aura. Sorry, got a
Is
little
it
emo
a
there.
clean pink?
I remember you said you had aura stories to share, but we'll have to save that for another time.
Oh, I do. I know people who believe in that shit really hard.
All right. Well, I was just memeing on my whatever. So my nice red aura I give off. The more down the red pill road I go, the less people are PC around me, and I feel like just because I'm open, sometimes people will get more open with me.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
But there's definitely been some times where people who are open with me say some stupid shit in public, and there was there was a girl that I was trying. She was my project for a bit,
Your project.
and when I was with her, I'd be very myself, and she'd usually laugh and respond well to it because
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
natural. But when we were out in public at work, we had a black server come by, and the black server, she was new. She left where we were, and the girl says, "Wow, I'm so happy our servers are more diverse now." Like those were the words that left her mouth. And I turned to her and I gave her this like look of disappointment and like this very negative look, and she awkwardly laughed. And she's like, I got to go." She just left.
I mean, you can
So
hear it's pre-programmed, that shit.
yeah,
Nobody says
exactly.
that.
Yeah, I
Nobody
know.
thinks
I'm
that.
sure happy it's more diverse around here now. Like
Yeah.
what?
We'll make the food a lot better, man.
Yeah, for sure.
When I go to the restaurant, I ask that a server of each ethnicity can like carry my food together, you know, to give it that diverse smell.
Yes, and then
Except the Indians, they can't touch my food. Fuck that shit.
no, yeah.
Literally.
As long as it's the left hand, they can only primarily lift the food with the left hand. Because
Do
if they
they
touch the
wipe
food
with
with
the
the
right
right
one?
hand, I believe so. I don't know.
Wouldn't you wipe with the hand that you don't use? I don't know.
No, I believe that's no. I believe they shake with their left hand, like when they shake hands because of that.
Oh god.
Can I just search right now what hand do Indians wipe with? Will that come up?
If Google comes up with that, it's redeeming itself.
I don't use Google.
Oh, okay. Use DuckDuckGo.
Yes, I do.
Oh man.
Oh no, it says Indians to be specific with their left hand, never the right. Okay, so they've evolved.
They've evolved. They kept their business to a single street.
I'm reading this Yahoo answer, and it says, as long as you have soap to wash yourself with after, it's not as bad as it sounds. Oh, to be uncivilized.
Yeah, I guess I just don't know their culture.
When in Rome, sometimes actually one cannot find a bar as soap handy. That's why they never eat with their left hand. They did have
God.
some kind of powder from a packet that I saw them scrape on their palms of their hands many times. I presume that's related to cleansing the hand. How about just use toilet paper?
But that's dirty. Ah.
You can't disrespect trees like that.
Okay, let's get back on topic. I should have never mentioned Indians.
Sorry, the topic is a little spicy.
A little spicy.
Okay. So what we were saying, that people are more open when they're in private quarters, yes?
Yeah, but I think this is more Europe than America. People over here, they're like even more high trust than I guess whites in America in a lot of ways. They always go for the safe options because everybody sort of like trusts that the other person is, I guess, gonna carry their weight, which is I think the only reason why communism ever made any sense to anyone, because people believe that everybody is like that. But I mean, it's clearly a bad strategy because if you have other groups that do work together and like, well, with each other but not with you, they're just gonna like pick on you like jackals. Same with just any random predator, you know, any random guy who'll just start ripping you off. I can personally attest to the fact that most of the online businesses that make the most money are basically scamming high trust people because they believe that you got their best interest at hand.
Of course.
I think.
Well, that's the. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I think with America, I mean, there's a lot of stupidity, I guess, but there's a little less high trust. At least it's more discriminatory, because I mean, you've lived with blacks for so long, you know. Everybody grew up with them, and I think it's mostly the people who don't live around them that don't know this shit. But here in
Yes.
Europe, until very recently, most people almost never saw a black guy in real life, even, or an Arab or whatever. Maybe
That's
once or twice, one of the rare
what a
good
dream.
ones, because
Wait, good ones.
well, you know what I mean, the non-aggressive ones.
The based blacks.
Yeah, the based Arabs. They wait to rape your daughter until she's at least 18. Really
Nice.
cool guys.
They asked the dad if it's okay.
Yeah. Just go up.
Arra-
You're sitting in the
They're into
restaurant.
arranged rapings.
Arrange rapes. Well, I mean that's
I
basically what they do.
I do not know what it feels like to live in a like white neighborhood. And I'm assuming that's what you mean when you say it's more trusting over there is because
Yeah, you.
you don't have to worry because there's only whites around.
Well, that's no longer true, that's for sure. But in the
Yeah, definitely.
past, it was. I mean, it was doable unless you lived in a big city. The amount of non-whites were very, very low.
When I do pass into so-called white neighborhoods, I've had people around me reference where they lived as a white neighborhood. And I've got my bag on me. And I'm like hugging it. Not really, but I'm just wearing it wherever I go. They'll leave their stuff around. They're like, what are you doing? Do you don't have to worry about it? But I do not know what it's like to not have to worry about someone taking your shit. I've
Yeah.
had all sorts of goods stolen. I've had bikes taken. And yeah.
I'm sure
I'm
it
just
was
always on guard
by
for
the
that
white
shit.
drug addict, not by the non-whites. Don't be racist, please.
You know what's sad? I can't even meme that. Like, there's definitely a chance that some fucking junkie, some white junkie, needed to like pay for his fix. So
So it was a black who stole it by proxy. They're getting smarter. They're evolving. uh, no, no. I actually know exactly what you mean because I used to live in. Now I live in a sort of big city, like not really, but there's quite a lot of non-whites. And I
Mhm.
used to live in. I don't know. I think you would just call it urban. Or what is that, like those typical American houses, like from an American
Yeah,
Beauty?
like we're talking like
Yeah,
suburbs.
suburban. That's what I was
Yeah,
referring to. I basically
yeah.
lived in a suburb of a bigger city, and
Yeah, that's the closest I've ever lived in a white neighborhood was the suburbs. But even then, there is a lot of degeneracy. Like there's kids smoking weed at the age of like 10 and shit. So
yeah, no, that was not a thing here. We were able to stay up late, like just 12 o'clock on the street, no chance of any danger, impossible. But now I live in a bigger city, and there's literally like a whole network of non-whites here who just drive around the city in a van, and they're sort of like they're like lookouts, and if they see something valuable to steal, and like no one's around or something, they call someone else, and they drive by, they steal it, and they go away immediately. Like it's completely organized, and
that's fucking that's crazy. I don't even see shit like that around here.
yeah, well, they're probably Russian, to be honest, or something along that lines. It sounds a
Really?
bit too high IQ for blacks, I know. No, I don't think they're Russian. I think they're like mixed blood, gypsy like and
Oh,
shit.
fucking gypsies!
But
I
I'm
could
not
go on
sure. They
about.
could be. Well, Romanians are a lot of gypsies,
Oh
so
man,
I'm not
gypsies are
sure.
the
I
worst
didn't
to fucking
talk to
work with.
them, but like at work we had like some chairs that we wanted to throw away, and my boss is like, you know what? Just put them outside and they'll be gone tomorrow. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
And
no.
because I just moved in here, and he's like, no, 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 no. The next day they're gonna steal it. I'm like, no, I don't believe it. And yet next day it was all gone. And apparently, um, the boss was just he, he he was driving like next to the place, and at that exact time he actually saw the lookout call, and 5 minutes later when he passed again, it was gone. So it's true. It happens like that. And I guess in this instance, they didn't steal anything that couldn't be stolen, but I've heard that they stole like violins and shit,
No.
computers. Just anything that you leave at your car while, I guess, quickly going inside, they're gonna probably steal it.
Yes, I've our parking lot at some past jobs I've had. There's that bad. Like we've seen my coworker was gonna give me a ride at like 10 p.m. and we were walking out to the car and there was some fucking dude trying to jack the car with you know, the jack, I guess, whatever they fucking call it, when you're putting it into
One
the
of those
window.
wires, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And when we caught him, he was like, "Oh no, I was just here to offer to wash your windows." I'm like, "Bro, get the fuck out of here!" And another coworker at the same goddamn parking lot opened up her car door, and there was a homeless guy fucking sleeping in there. Now it was her fault; she didn't lock the door. I mean, if you're not gonna lock the door, that shit's gonna happen. But like, imagine opening up your car and having some dirty ass junkie just sitting in there.
I mean, I'd prefer it to them stealing my car, I guess.
That's true. I think, yeah, you're right.
I bet you that one was a white guy. Just
It
needed a
was,
place to sleep.
yeah.
Cool, bro. They hung out after. Got a 40.
He's just down on his luck. He just needs a quick place to crash, man.
He's a veteran.
All right, luck.
Yeah.
I have to be right back.
All right. I'll continue with the.
Yeah, continue. I'll just be a minute.
Yeah, sure. So, a lot of people around here, I think it's the same in America. I think all whites are like this. Have like this idea of taking the moral high road. Now, the moral high roads, that works in a very high trust society because you take the moral high road, then they take the moral high road, and everybody just gets along. You don't have a lot of conflict. Most conflict gets resolved because people are like, you know what, you're right. But as soon as you have like a divisive society, one with individualists like we have right now, that shit, it just doesn't fly anymore. It's sort of like the prisoner's dilemma, if you know that. The prisoner's dilemma is like you have two people and they can either split or steal. If both of them steal, nobody gets anything. If both of them split, they both get half. And if one steals and one splits, the one who steals gets 100, the other one gets nothing. Oh, you're back?
I've returned. I'm back.
Okay, so I'm talking about the taking the moral high road.
Okay.
So I just said the prisoner's dilemma. If you don't know, it's not that important. You'll be able to catch up.
Okay.
So in the prisoner's dilemma, it's the best thing to do is to steal. If you don't know anything, stealing is always the best, because if both people offer to split, then both people, then both people are gonna get half. But if if the other person steals, he's gonna get 100%. So if you steal, you have a bigger chance of getting it. They've run tests on that, and it works out like that. So anyway, yeah, I mean it's a bit annoying now that you didn't hear the prisoner story.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Because I'm thinking you're probably not gonna know what I'm talking about right now. I mean, just to sum it up for you, in a high trust society where people take the moral high ground, if there's individualists and other groups working together, they're just gonna prey on the people who take the moral high ground.
Of course,
is the same thing like the people who split and the people who steal. That's basically my point.
If I can go boys again.
Watch out for talking too loud, because sometimes when you talk loud, your mic goes out.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I heard post niceness.
Wait, are you lagging?
Maybe, or no? Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, it's fine now. I think you were lagging a little bit.
Yeah, sorry about that. So Hertis posted an article recently called Post Niceness.
Yeah.
And so quote it real quick. It says, "Niceness pays in nice societies. Nice societies are an effect of the nice people in them. Fewer nice people, less nice society, less niceness pays." As America becomes more diverse, expect to see an avalanche of articles explaining that niceness doesn't pay, yada, yada, yada. Okay, here's what I was trying to quote. Nice just means that you behave in such a way that no one fears the consequences of mistreating you. It is dysfunctional in a world of sociopaths and people who hate you. So pretty much,
Yeah.
you know,
It's
taking the
more or less
moral
what I
route
said, yeah.
means, yeah, that people are just gonna take advantage of you and mistreat you because you're not gonna do anything
Yeah.
about it.
He's not mentioning the other side of the coin, that if all the people are high trust, then it does mostly pay off. Although it still pays off not to do it, because the one lone sociopath in a high trust society can get a lot. The problem is he'll get discovered and then it's over, which now you
Right.
don't have, obviously, or at least not that much, because everybody is one, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's that's the whole funny thing as well about, I guess, the normies who they they are all for individualism, but they're also all for high trust stuff, you know, like taking the moral high ground, do no harm, all that shit. But those two, they don't work. They don't work together. Individuals are gonna be selfish. I mean, it's the fucking definition of the word almost.
Right.
I'm just reading the chat here.
I want to do
Yeah.
the video that they post pretty funny real quick.
What video?
The video that they put attached to that post niceness article. Let me read it for you. It says,
Right.
"Black refuses to pay Asians for pedicure. Asians call a cop. Race war ensues." Would you like to play this?
Yeah, okay, sure, go ahead. In the
All right,
meanwhile,
sending it.
I see in the chat, like, that's why the right doesn't win. The leftists use shady tactics like banning Alex Jones and other people. Yeah, and the right just says we'll take the moral high ground. Yeah, it's exactly what's happening with all this shit.
Yeah,
People just keep
it's
saying take the
it's
moral high
hard
ground.
because you want to be higher than the people that are being shady with us, but it's obviously not working.
Yeah, it's a simple, I guess, battle strategy. Even you can't keep being nice. At one point, you have to put your foot down. You know.
Hmm.
You can't talk your way out of everything. Sometimes conflict is needed. If the other person doesn't want to give in, doesn't want to find a middle ground, he'll just keep pushing. And if you keep going for the moral high ground, he'll just keep pushing more. This is how kids get bullied. They don't understand this shit. They gotta fight back at one point.
Yes, I learned that myself personally.
The
You want to hear?
hard
You
way.
want to hear a young bard story?
A young bar. Yeah, go ahead. I'll play the video
Alright.
after.
This fat kid, dude. It was one of the bullies where the low self-esteem picks on like the lower, you know?
Yeah.
Is anyway. But this fat kid was bullying me pretty much just because he was bigger than me. And he used to do like the most nasty of shit. Like one time I was standing underneath the playground and he hawked a loogie in my hair. Like it was fucking gross
A
shit like
what?
that.
A loogie?
Yeah, it's like a snotty spit.
Oh fuck no. Yeah.
Yeah. And then one day he was just doing the typical shit, pushing me around, and like I snapped. And I've never snapped like this in my life since then. And I punched him right in the fucking throat.
Oh
And he
god.
started hyperventilating. He's like, "Let's stop fighting." It was like the most
Nice.
satisfying thing in the world.
Did he leave you alone after?
Yeah, he tried to be my friend, and I
Yeah.
didn't want anything to do with that piece of shit.
Yeah, actually, I used to know some guy who bullied me when I think I was like 4 years old or something, and 5 years old. And then I saw him again when I was like 6 or 7, and he became a very good friend. That shit happens all the time, I think, when you're young. Although
Yeah,
you said no, you went the emo route. You took the high road, the moral
yeah.
high road.
I took the low road and then took the high road. I punched the fat kid in the throat.
Well,
Where else am
that
I gonna
makes
punch
you
him? I
the
punch him in
that
the
makes you
gut?
the winner. That makes you the winner in my eyes.
Yeah.
Don't think I've ever punched someone in the throat. So, okay, I got this video ready here on
Let's play
SigChat.
it.
Let's
Some
have a
good shit.
look here. Oh. Wait. Ah, there we go. Okay.
Caught on camera, a violent brawl at a nail salon in Brooklyn. A worker attacking a customer with a broomstick. The manager says it was self-defense, but
This
now
looks
this
like a
incident is
sweatshop.
sparking protests over
Well,
claims
I mean,
of
it's a bunch of
racism.
Asians working
Eyewitness
together,
News
so.
reporter Lauren Glassberg live this evening in East Flat.
The only thing is
Lauren?
that these Asians are like above the age of 5.
Well, angry and concerned community members as well as police officers still on the scene here on Nostrand Avenue outside of that nail salon. There were no customers at the salon today while protests and a boycott took place outside, all stemming from a
I just
big
want to see the
melee
fight,
that happened
lady.
inside the salon.
Hey, let the woman talk.
Sorry.
Let the woman talk.
They are protesting and boycotting a nail salon where this fight broke out Friday night between customers and workers. At issue, an unsatisfactory $5 eyebrow wax and a dispute about whether the customers had paid for their pedicure.
He looks like a
That's
pimp.
a lot.
Look at the necklace. I think he's an actual pimp.
He tried to hide it from the camera.
But Abby Moses says her daughter Christina and mother Thelma had paid for their pedicures.
Thelma?
Salon workers can be seen trying to keep
Yeah, that's
them
not a name.
inside while police are called. But soon enough, shoving, pushing, punching, and broomstick beating.
Dude, that's
very
the road
Negro.
we should be taking,
mother,
dude. That's the road we
my
should be
daughter.
taking.
Hit her friend, arrested, and I don't want anyone.
Every time a
victimized in
nigger
this
doesn't pay at IHOP, we need to start throwing
21-year-old
chairs at
daughter
them.
was arrested, as was 32-year-old Hoye Zhang, a salon worker, both facing numerous charges. This community activist says other salon workers should also be arrested.
Look at her hit with the stick.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's like she's
is when
stroking
2 or more
him.
people go and assault someone, so they need to be treated the way black people been treated forever. If it was a black salon and we did that to any party, we would be locked up.
As police
Well, you'd
escorted
be
other
locked up for
workers
the drug
past
trade in there.
protesters this afternoon, a detective is hit with something.
I'm almost convinced that maybe this started all because the Asian pimp called her very fine and wanted to put her on the streets.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen.
And no word yet on whether
You very
the
fine,
salon will
baboon.
reopen tomorrow
You work for
and
me.
whether any
I make you money.
upcoming arrests will happen.
Alright, there you go.
God. I was hoping for some real cat fight. Guess we got a light version of it.
You don't think throwing chairs and breaking broomsticks is satisfactory?
Niggers always throw fucking chairs every time.
Yeah. That is true.
Okay, so about the whole, I guess, cuckness, especially
Yeah.
of Europe right now. I just want to say, rip Mr. Medicare, but you were right. You remember, right, when he went on his whole
Yeah,
tirade,
the 4th of July stream, he was going off on the English because
and the English
they
are
don't have
especially cucked, so very good target.
yeah, they don't have anything, you know.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
no sporks. They can't even use sporks over there anymore.
some what?
Recipe sporks. Sporks, the half spoon, half fork.
Oh yeah, right. I don't know if it's still allowed. I mean, isn't that like a
No,
double
no,
weapon?
I was just joking, but
Stab him and then like just.
you
put
can
out
gouge
your
out
eyes?
eyes with sporks, dude.
Yeah.
They just need to go the Indian route and just start using their hands for everything. They don't need forks, they don't need knives, they just need their hands.
Well, they're still gonna have to ban assault sports.
Are they going that route? Assault sports? They've got plenty of assault sports happening on the streets.
No, I was talking about martial arts, of course.
Oh, okay.
Actually, that is a weapon, by the way. If you get arrested using karate on someone, you're gonna get arrested like you're wearing a weapon.
Yeah, that is like it's pretty much training yourself to be a weapon, for sure.
So
But
maybe that's why they're attacking all the fascists, because we're all weapons.
good looking weapons at that.
Good looking, smart,
Yeah, good looking.
funny.
Intelligent.
Every Friday, 1:30 Eastern. Or no, wait, 4:30 Eastern, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
No, but I mean, Medicare has a point when he's attacking especially the British, because, like, at some point, like, cucks just, they need to be humiliated. Like, some normies, you don't have to humiliate. You just, like I said before, make some jokes with them, you know. But if they're getting really defensive, like really up their own asses, the only thing you can do is ridicule them, make them feel
Yep.
insecure about their position, have other people laugh at them, and you'll see how quickly he recalls how he found finds out. No, I don't remember the fucking Goebbels quote. The one with the Jews.
I definitely humiliating is very good, but in my experience, just like not hiding your power level so much. I mean, obviously you gotta be tasteful with
Yeah,
what you
no,
say.
exactly. Don't. But that's true in any case. Just don't show any fear about. I guess unless you're literally just like, I think we should gas them all.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Maybe
no, never go
maybe
that
you
route.
should maybe you shouldn't do that.
Because if you can hide your red pills behind like appealing qualities, if you're witty about it, if
Mash
you're
them up,
luring
put them
about
in a
it,
little bit
even
of chocolate paste.
exactly, white chocolate paste.
White chocolate paste.
The- yeah, I'm not fucking. Yeah. Anyway, it they respond well to that.
Yeah, they really do. But yeah, like I said, that's not gonna work on the real cucks. The real cucks need to be. You need to break them down first before you build them up. You know.
Mhm. Mhm.
I
Oh
I
shit. What I was gonna say was if you go that route, if you do it correctly, like at all the places I've worked, the worst thing people say about my views is that I'm a contrarian or I just like to get people worked up. And I think that's kind of like a really good shield
yeah
to have, you know?
yeah. Well, I agree, but for me it's true. I do actually enjoy just riling people up as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, same. That's that's very fun.
If I'm with like really right-leaning people, I'll often take leftist standpoint just to annoy him.
Oh yeah, all the time. Yep, yep.
No, but no, you're right about that as well. I never watched going back to Medicare. I actually never watched his 4th of July stream. I guess I should do that now that he's no longer with us. We have all the time in the world to watch
Stop it.
it.
He's coming back. I went on his Patreon. He's got a video coming out tomorrow.
Well, it was probably just still set the warning before he kicked the bucket.
That could be very true. God damn it. Whatever.
So
But yeah, I
for the
watched.
people who don't know, Metaker, well, if you don't know who Metaker is, after the stream, go look him up. Funny guy.
Mm.
He apparently got enriched by Somalians who gave him TB. I'm not sure, but he basically almost said that verbatim, that the TB ferry was visiting the neighborhood because of all the Somalis that
What the
were
fuck?
imported. And he said he was sick. I'm saying he died of TB.
Rest in peace. He had a good run.
The government routed all the Somalians to his neighborhood. Gotta take him out now.
I'm
Silence the
glad I
goy.
could spend my last 4th of July with him.
Or maybe he died of yellow fever.
Oh, I don't want to. If he is alive, I want him to come on the stream someday. So I'm not. I'm gonna give it some
Yeah.
time before I talk about the rice munching.
Yeah, people actually don't know. The only reason we started this stream is to get Mr. Medicare on here.
Yeah,
So
this
if
is
he's
actually a
dead,
Mr. Medicare fan club.
yeah, this is Mr. Medicare fan club. 1488, my brother. We both have Asian wife who's just in on. No, never mind.
Yeah, stop. Full freeze there.
Full
And it's
freeze.
not an Asian waifu. It's just he's just has her to fuck. He's not recreating with her yet.
One of the first times I actually saw Mr. Medicare was when he was fingering his girlfriend on stream.
I remember. I remember
You
hearing
could
about
actually,
that.
yeah, you could actually hear it. It was like, what the fuck? Okay. Then I heard she was Asian and didn't watch him again for 3 months.
Don't be petty.
I don't know. Maybe as a last point, it's sort of a tangent on the whole cuck thing. Is I really dislike how everybody like just believes the media in general. You know, I think it's mostly cucks who do that, but It all stems from the idea, in my opinion, that the media is like this objective entity who just wants to report the truth. I don't know when exactly this
Yes.
happened, but in the past,
Yes.
media was known to be like the propaganda wing of a party or a group or whatever. Media was never seen as something objective. Objective media didn't really exist. People didn't believe in that at all. But now everybody does. Why?
When I very first jumped onto 4chan, this was like years and years ago. I was quite a young lad. I remember the big meme on Fox News is they'd spell FAUX.
Yeah.
But now Fox News is like with like Tucker, it's like as close as you get.
I think Tucker is like probably more or less completely red pilled, but just like hiding his power level. Because the shit he says, man.
Dude, he
How
talked
have they
about
not
Daily
killed him
Stormer
yet?
on fucking Fox News.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Our man Tucker actually spoke out. And obviously our great Goy Sargon of Akkad. Well, I mean, he came in defense of everyone, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he said Hitler wasn't a monster.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he says a lot of nice things about us, but in the end, I mean, if you raise another guy's child, I think you'll lose. Anyway.
all right. I think that's gonna wrap it up for me.
Yeah, you have to go a little bit earlier, right?
Yes. But next week. Oh, it said okay, cool.
Oh,
Yes.
someone just said Medicare went on the Ralph tour today.
Yeah, maybe I should
Damn
listen
it,
to
man!
that.
He was
when I
supposed
head
to come
out.
here. What gives?
Didn't he see that we had 15 people watching at one point?
Yeah, I
What
mean,
the
come
hell,
on, guys.
Medicare?
Maybe that's why they left.
Yeah, they heard Medicare was around. Next week we can do a full one. A full, like, maybe we can even bump it up to 2 hours to
make up for it. Well, I mean,
make up for it. Yeah.
we're always gonna be like usually around an hour and a half. Would say is average, like between 1 and 2 hours. Every stream's gonna be. It doesn't drag on, but we get everything covered. I'm still thinking about what trailer we're gonna use.
Oh yeah,
Always
for
fun.
sure. We don't have to do a trailer every time, but I kind of like it.
I think I'll always find something. Don't worry. There's enough shit.
All right,
Okay,
bro.
so you wanna wrap it up here?
I would love to wrap it up.
Wrap it
But
up.
I don't have an outro recorded now. I've got to make a you just wait. What would it be? You are now tuning out of Cut the Blue Wire Radio.
Now tuning out. Well,
But yeah,
we're gonna
so
find something for that. Yeah, no worries.
next Friday, next Friday, I see you didn't fix that yet. Next Friday, 4:30 p.m.
Yeah,
Eastern,
it's Friday,
10:30
guys.
p.m. Central European Time. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye, everybody.